Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Welcome to KirbKast today. Today with me, I have Paul Sombric with me in the studio. How you doing, Paul?
I'm doing just great. How you doing, man?
I can't complain. I'm just glad to have you in the studio. So, Paul, I want you to go ahead and explain us here on KirbKast. Who are you?
Well, hello guys. My name is Paul Sombric. I am a musician and DJ from Columbus, Ohio. I moved down here in August of 2015. I go to Full Sail and I'm in the RA program.
RA program.
Yep.
So coming down from Ohio to Florida was the reason, of course, for Full Sail?
That was part of the reason. Main reason was because it was Florida, and I was just getting tired of Ohio being 15 years in there. But Full Sail was definitely one of my biggest opportunities down here, and I definitely wanted to take it. So I did.
There's a lot of opportunity down here.
Yeah, for sure.
That and the weather's pretty nice. I like the beaches myself.
Yeah.
I'm from Memphis, so I was kind of tired of the city in a way. So
I got you.
Nothing wrong with just spreading my arms out a bit. So Paul, talk a little bit to us about your DJ style, your producing.
So I started producing 7 years ago. My parents got me the software when I was in middle school, and from there I just learned it every day. Just kept at it. Started seeing what I could do with the different, styles of music and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I got into DJing when I was listening to the radio, and I just heard just the dance music, and I got really intrigued by it.
Yeah.
And so I just looked it up a little bit more, seeing what's up with it. Found out its own little niche market and all that, and it's just really interesting. So I just started to expand my mind with that, and went off with that. So I've been producing electronic music for about 5 years. So
electronic, is that your main genre? Is that what you mostly work on?
That is my main genre, but I do record jazz and rock too.
Okay, good,
So,
good.
Yeah.
So electric itself, is that like your favorite genre in general, like of all music? Do you have favorites?
That's really hard to say. I don't really have a favorite genre. It's all just whatever I listen to, I'll like.
Good for you on that one.
Yeah, it's interesting because, last night I was listening to opera music, but I was doing a dance mix for a radio show on the 30th. So it's just
your mind is just playing with two different styles of music.
Yeah.
You think that benefits you at least when you're doing stuff like that?
I think it does. I like expanding my mind, hearing different things. It's always good to find something new and get a new idea from different things. So
yeah, good idea. I can see how you can pull great ideas from it.
Yeah,
thinking outside the box.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cool. So you started 7 years ago.
Yep.
So was it listening to the dance music? Is that what inspired you to start making music?
No. So I started playing in orchestras when I was in 5th grade. Started playing violin then. And then after a few years of playing violin, my parents got me my first guitar, and they bought me a digital recorder. So I started recording my guitar playing
at a young age. Pretty good.
Yeah, back in middle school. And that always intrigued me that I could play my own, if I had a sound that I liked, I could record it so I can hear it forever. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then from there, my parents recognized what they could see out of it, like the talent and just the fact that I was really into it. So they bought me Pro Tools when I was in middle school.
Oh, wow.
And I just started recording from there.
So they just saw that you were really into the music thing,
and
they started putting some support in you.
Yeah, no, dude, that is awesome though. Like, just the fact that they were supportive of that.
And it's good that they noticed too.
Oh yeah. No, I definitely, I don't want to, I definitely want to give them credit to where I am now. It's definitely, without them, I wouldn't have been here. So
you need that support, and that's important.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad that I had it for you. So putting together, what again that inspired you to start making music entirely?
Well, I've always been into music. You know, I've been playing piano since I was 5, and I liked the sound of it. I liked performing something and then listening to it. And to start making music was kind of like a whole different level. Um, you know, it's just I found my hobby and I stuck with it, and you know, I didn't want to let go of it and try something else because I would have, and I did have other options.
Really?
Yeah. My plan B was going to be architectural design. So
Architectural designs.
Yeah.
Whew, that's math. I know that right.
that
off
is
the
a lot of
bat.
math, and I hate math, so I decided to do music.
Who doesn't like math, man? So music was okay. So you said at 5 years old you were playing piano.
Yeah. So what's interesting was I'm adopted from Romania. My parents adopted me when I was 4.5,
Oh, that's beautiful.
and my parents, they had like a little keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
and so I just started playing with it when I was 5,
And they
and I
just
just
like,
always
hey,
liked it. Yeah.
He's a fan of that. This may go somewhere.
Yeah.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Before you know it, they start buying you programs and instruments.
Yep.
So if the piano was the first instrument, out of all the instruments, what else? What other instruments can you play?
I play piano. I play guitar. I play violin. I've tried out mandolin for a little bit, and then I can play bass for a little bit too.
So you like strings, huh?
Yeah, I like stringed instruments.
Well, have you ever tried like percussion or wind instruments?
I've tried drums. I never really had the groove for it. I never really tried it,
I got
honestly. So I mean, I'll play around with it, but if I really tried practicing, I could probably do it.
you. You think you
but
can nail it?
Yeah,
Just put your time into it, of course.
yeah. You know, like anything. So
You're not a fan of blowing wind?
no, honestly, tried recorders in 5th grade music class. That's about it.
I remember the recorder class. I remember my teacher, every time you nailed the song, she would put like this like different color piece of like yarn on the tip of my recorder, and it felt like karate. Like,
Yeah.
it's just learning a new song,
Oh, that's
new
cool.
belt,
Yeah.
and of course the last one was black. So I can't say that I passed. I never got the black yarn, but if I came back today, I may be able to blow it.
Nice.
So you're multi-talented on the strings instruments, and I guess to narrow it down more, out of all the strings, you know, which one do you love plucking the most?
Guitar.
Guitar?
I love the guitar.
Is your favorite genre like the jazz and the rock on the guitar?
Yeah. I took jazz theory for 2 years.
Interesting.
For the guitar, and so I was just, I don't know. Ever since I first picked up the guitar, it just felt really natural for me,
Yeah.
and I just like the ability for me to play anything I can on the guitar. It's just really cool. So
You nail a lot of covers?
I don't. I do. I've tried a few covers.
Mm-hmm.
I play a lot of speed metal, so I did a lot of like metal covers and
Very cool.
just different songs like that.
Who would you get into with the speed metal?
I did a lot of August Burns Red and the Devil Wears Prada. I knew a lot of the Devil Wears Prada songs.
Oh yeah, good band, yeah.
Yeah. I knew a lot of their licks and their solos and all that. So, but if I could play them today, I probably couldn't just because it was a while ago.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
As you're growing, you know, your
Mhm.
your interests, they always change. Makes sense. From your taste buds to your brain, everything just is going to
Yeah.
develop in a different way.
hmm
All right, so Paul, on the entrance of strings and the guitar itself, what was your first guitar?
Well, my first guitar and my only guitar that I have is a Brownsville Les Paul.
Brownsville Les Paul.
Yeah, it's mahogany back, maple front, and pearl inlays on the fretboard.
Was that a gift? Did
It
you get
was
that
a
yourself?
gift. It was a gift. Actually, my dad got it from his friend, who he got it custom made from Texas, and he didn't play guitar anymore because he was moving. So my dad decided to buy it off of him and give it to me. So
What a steal.
yeah, no, it's a nice guitar.
You still have it with you
Oh
today?
yeah, I still have it. I love it.
Bit of a trophy, huh?
Oh yeah.
Very cool. It's like it's a symbol of just what kind of got you started in a
Mhm.
way. Very neat. Well, speaking of family, about your dad and everything, let's go ahead and go into the family type of steel. For example, what's your background? How big a family you from?
I have a mom, dad, and a sister. That's my adopted side of the family. And
Yeah,
then,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was adopted from Romania back in '96, and I met my family back there through Skype, and I have a mom and a sister and an older brother there. So,
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
You talk to them often and such?
I do. Yeah, it's really cool because I can talk to them on Facebook and just see how they are, and
it's really cool.
Yeah.
Having two families like that.
Yeah, it's cool because I met them in 2014, back in October, and it's just really cool.
I bet that was a big breakthrough for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Being that long from 2000 to 2014, not knowing who they are.
How did it feel when you got to see their faces and everything?
I felt relieved, actually.
Really?
I felt because it was 14 years of not knowing who my real parents were.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts.
And just seeing them and seeing especially that they were healthy and that they were doing really well, that really made me happy.
I gotcha.
So,
and may have complications may have come in the past, but I'm glad you get to see them. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a blessing.
So, from the family, do you have any other musicians in the family of any kind?
Nope.
From either side?
Nope. I'm the only musician.
Only musician.
Yeah.
It's a bold move to move in there. What do your parents do for a living?
Well, both my parents are retired. My dad used to be a project manager for Chase.
Oh, cool. The bank?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And so he would always be in the office doing his thing. And then my mom, she worked at corporate America for a little bit, and then she had my sister, so she decided to be a stay-at-home mom the rest of the time. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely got you in the good housing.
That's
awesome.
No, it's definitely, it's awesome that, especially with my dad, because I've learned so much from him and his work experience and what I want to do later on and that, so.
Yeah, I can tell from you really get the good drive of work authority on it.
Yeah.
So very good for you, man.
Yeah. So
your family, do they support your musical career?
Oh yeah, no, they do it, and anything that I want, they'll see what they can do. It's great to have them, be on your back like that. It's it's refreshing because when I told them about Full Sail, my mom was just like, "Yeah, go for it. It's awesome. Let's look into it and let's see what's up with it." And they've helped me so much, and I really don't know how to pay them back. But no,
just make it. Just continue working hard, and you're gonna make them smile.
Oh yeah, no, it's they tell me once in a while how proud they are, and that just makes me happy. So
I say it's the best feeling in the world when your mom or dad tells you how proud they are of you.
Yeah.
Small question too. You said you had a sister?
I do. I have an older sister.
Is she adopted too?
No. Okay. She's part of my family. So
cool.
Yeah.
They just. If you don't mind me asking, why did they go out for the adoption?
They just felt led to adopt. It's just family. They had my sister, and then they felt like it'd be nice if they had adopted someone, especially from out of the country.
Man, that's beautiful, dude.
Yeah,
I'm glad there's people out there that just they want to give an unknown child a chance.
No, it's a blessing, man. I really wish more people would do it. Although the process is a pain,
I believe
it's worth it, man. Especially for the adopted kid.
Trying to get them because they're from. Is your friend from Ohio?
Yeah.
Okay, so they would go to another country and just adopt a kid. And I can see how big of a pain that is to get him out of his or her main country to go to another one.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a bitch, but it sounds like they did all right with it. Well, good for you, man. I'm glad that your family supports you because, especially in the game, the artist, like the music audience in itself, it's a hard thing to do, especially how far we want to get, and we need support behind us if we want to get somewhere.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm glad that you have somebody on your side. So, is there anything else that your family contributes to? I mean, they got you here in college. Do they do other stuff for you as well, other than supporting you?
I mean, honestly, it's just basically just them being there by my side day by day. You know, they never. Our family beliefs is if you're going to invest in your time with someone, you better, you know, do it wholeheartedly. And so if it's going to be a passion, if it's going to be something that you really strive for, then they'll do their best. They'll die for you to, if it means that the end goal is for you to be happy. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's, you know, it's such a relief having them around, and you know, it's a nice reminder of who really thinks about you and who really cares for you.
They have your back. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. They've supported me in other things, you know, sports and, you know, obviously music and school and all that. So it's definitely nice to have that.
Well, good. So we're going to go ahead and talk about your music more now.
Cool.
Paul, if you don't mind asking, tell us about your music in general. What am I listening to when I look you up?
You'll hear a lot of different things. So if you go onto my SoundCloud page, I have a few different genres on there. I'll have what's called trip hop, which is like a version of lo-fi and hip hop.
Okay. Sounds hot. What else?
And then I have a festival trap song on there.
Festival trap song.
Yeah, just really upbeat EDM song that I did a collaboration with.
Cool.
And then
Who did you do the collaboration with?
I did a collaboration with my friend Ryan. He's in music production too. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, shout out to Ryan. Is it pretty hot on there? You get a lot of
we
listens?
just uploaded it a few days ago, so
All right.
it's 20 something plays. So
Soon to be the next #1 track. I got you.
that's what everyone's saying. So
you confident in the music that you put out there? You like your content?
yeah, I mean, honestly, I'll put out anything that I like, that I feel comfortable with. You know, if I worked on a demo and I think it's cool, I'll throw it on there.
Why
see
not?
what people think about it.
I now have I have another people or a couple of people in mind where they're not even 100% sure about it, so they totally depend on feedback.
Oh, yeah.
They'll just shove it out there, and
I'm still at the point after 7 years. I'm still at the point where I'll throw a demo out on SoundCloud and literally have anyone comment on it, see what's up. Because I know a lot of people who will put their tracks on, and that they'll feel like they're done with, and that'll be it. And I feel like that's kind of, it's annoying for me because if someone has a comment on there and it's like feedback, I'll want to put it back down and work on it some more, and then
just
re-upload
make it better and better.
Yeah.
I mean, it only makes sense to test the waters and just try to make your hook better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No pun intended on the hook thing, but yeah, to get it better. So, how long have you been working with the social media, putting stuff up on like SoundCloud and all that?
Oh, probably around 2012.
2012.
Yeah.
So
2011.
roughly 4 years you've been testing the
2011,
waters?
probably my freshman year of high school. Between 8th grade and freshman year. So
What was your first track you published?
Oh, I don't even remember, dude.
Oh, wow. Is it that many songs, or is it just that long ago?
I've probably produced over 200 songs.
Oh, wow.
10 of them that I really like. So,
you have any albums or any like mixtapes, that you made with it?
I released an EP, a jazz chill out lounge EP. Ooh. That I posted way back when. And unfortunately I took it down just to save some more room for new tracks coming up. Okay. So, but I still have it. I'm probably going to put it on Bandcamp or something for people to listen to.
When it was out there, was it getting good reviews or?
Yeah, it was getting pretty good reviews actually. A few hundred plays. Really positive feedback.
Well, good
on the track. So
what ultimately made you take it down again? You said space.
Yeah, I just needed space. I don't have money for SoundCloud Pro, so I decided just to.
It's kind of like a one thing at a time type of deal.
Yeah, wipe the cache, upload some more stuff type.
I understand there. Cool. So, a good thing for an artist to definitely work his or her way up is social media, putting stuff out there. Abusing the times that we live in definitely getting your name out there is a good way by putting stuff from Facebook to Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
SoundCloud, Bandcamp. You know, there's a bunch of websites out there, applications. So good on you for, using them and taking them as your strengths.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about your artist a bit. For example, who are some of your favorite artists?
People that I really look up to. Well, my favorite band is Switchfoot.
Switchfoot.
Yeah, I've loved them since like 10 years ago, man. I've been listening to them for so long.
They're an alright rock band.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I gotta ask, did they do that song where it was like, cut the cord? Was that them?
No.
Oh. Let down. Well, Meant to Live, that's an awesome song.
Yeah. And then my favorite DJ, I have a few favorite DJs.
All right.
My all-time favorite is Ryan Farish. I first heard Ryan's music on the Weather Channel.
Weather Channel.
And so I looked up his music and I found him out. And he has a really big background.
Really?
And
Tell us
his
a bit
resume
about him.
is huge. He's, if you watch any Mercedes commercials, that's his music. His music is licensed under the Weather Channel and a bunch of other channels.
It sounds like a good gig. I've never heard of like I mean, it makes sense to get the music there, but I've never heard of like somebody making music for that type of stuff.
He's a DJ, but he also he's coined a genre. It's called the chill out, like easy listening.
Chill out, easy listen music.
Yeah.
Sounds like my type of stuff.
He started that a while ago, and I remember when he first started off, he got like 8 million downloads on like mp3.com when he first popped up. So yeah, he's had a pretty good background. And then I have a few other DJs, definitely Armin van Buuren, what he's been doing, DJing for 14 years.
What's his type of style?
He's trance music.
Okay.
And then I'm really into like techno, so I have a lot of techno DJs that I really like.
You name a couple?
I like Dosum, Victor Calderon. I like a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just
good.
Adam Bayer.
It's good to get multiple too. Because everybody brings something different to the table, I'm sure.
Yeah, different flavors to the same genre.
Cool.
So.
Techno. Is techno hard to make?
Mm-mm. It's easy.
What does it usually take to put down something techno-ish?
Techno is usually a 4 on the floor beat. Basically, kick drum every 4 beats. Basic kick drum, hi-hat, snare clap, a little bit of synths. I specialize in industrial techno.
Industrial techno.
What that is it's an underground version of the genre, and it's very dark sounding. It's very deep. It's almost like a horror soundtrack. So I mean,
is this something you would like put around in the month of October by chance? You think it would fit?
Oh
better?
yeah. I have 3 tracks I want to try to release soon.
On Halloween, perhaps? Or?
Probably, yeah. I'm definitely gonna release one on Halloween.
Okay, cool.
Because I think it's ready to be released.
Maybe I'll see something you can look forward to there for
sure. Yeah.
And for the Halloween track, I'm assuming it's the dark techno type of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. Or is that like your type? Is that like your favorite type of techno? Because everything has its subgenres.
Yeah. Industrial techno is by far my favorite of the genre.
Is it just because of how it like makes you feel, or tickles your ears? What does it do exactly to you?
It sounds really good in the clubs. Because there's an after hours club in Orlando. I believe it's not open anymore. But it's called Nocturnal, and they play a lot of underground techno and industrial breaks and house.
So it's definitely your hit spot.
Yeah. And I remember walking in there once, and because I was meeting the club owner, and I walked in there, and it was just insane. It was loud, and the lasers were intense, but it was
the crowd digging it?
Yeah, it was a good vibe.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Something that, you can see yourself doing too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Nothing like a good motivation when you see a band or a DJ and they're killing the floor. It just makes you want to do even better.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
So all these artists, what do they have in common that you like so much, other than being a DJ?
I guess the main thing is their passion. This is something that they've put their whole heart into, and that they really rely on themselves to do it. They really put their trust in it. I know a lot of these DJs who their friends and family will just get rid of them. They'll just forget about them just because, it's not a really good market to get into DJing. DJing has that persona of, you're not really well off, especially in an underground DJ.
Really?
Just because, no one really wants to be, it's a different market, if you know what I mean. Like, people like that 9 to 5, they work at, a bank or a job or something.
It's not really their
something
cup of tea.
easy. Yeah. DJing is, it's a craft that definitely not everyone has.
I see what you're saying there, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's all about expressing yourself. That's what I've learned from the DJ group. I mean, you're saying you love their passion, and you can respect it, and you can see it. And, I think that's what the crowd, mostly other than, just finding something to shake your hips to, I think that's what the crowd, looks for, especially because everybody's a DJ these days. And if you want to make it, you got to stand out in some way, and definitely showing people who you are, showing the Paul side of it.
Yeah.
They're bound to fall for it as long as it's something that they can respect, just like you and yours.
Yeah, definitely.
So, of all these DJs and all these producers, out of all of them, if you were able to collaborate with them, which one would you pick?
I definitely collaborate with Ryan Farish. I really love that guy. I love talking to him, and because we've talked for a while, and we our friendship's grown and all that, and he's just a really cool guy, and he's shown me some tips and tricks, and I think it would really be cool to work on a trance song with him.
How'd you guys meet?
Twitter. Yeah, he. I was always fangirling on him stuff, so I'd always like and retweet and stuff, and he eventually followed me, and we just started talking from there. And
there you go.
Yeah.
So after him following you, that just initiated for you to just go over stock.
When someone that you really look up to follows you, that kind of puts something in your heart, and you're wow, because it's easy to say that you have 200,000 followers on Twitter, but it's cooler when that person follows you, and it's just because they recognize something, and they know that you like your
time
music.
To actually follow you, looking at you and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's following all my Instagram, and we're Facebook friends and all that. And
that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's cool. Just because I remember when I first listened to this guy, I was like, man, it would be so cool to meet this guy.
I know you're feeling there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of YouTubers that I look up to that, I follow all their social media and stuff, but if that was to ever happen to me, where if they just showed a little bit of attention, I think I would be a ball of fire as well.
Oh, yeah.
So collaboration itself is a big key and a tool that you should use as an artist. I mean, I don't need to tell you that. Obviously, you're doing well for it. But tell us the importance of collaboration.
There's a few things with collaboration. One is you get two different ideas morphed into one product, right?
Right.
So I specialize in more of the hip hop, rap, trap sounding styles, while Ryan specialized in more of the dubstep rhythm tracks. And when we collaborated on our song, it just had that, you could tell my style and his style, but it was just blended into one track. It was really cool.
Did you like the outcome?
Loved the outcome. I remember listening to it when he sent me the email of the final mix. I listened to it. I was like, wow, this is really cool. It was intense.
So you say that, would you say that collaboration is important?
Oh yeah, definitely. It also shows a unity in the industry when two big name artists collaborate, it kind of shows that, hey, they have, even though there might be tension or something, there's definitely like a uniqueness that they have.
Not to mention what type of crowd it brings too.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the DJ Khaled, all of his mixtapes, it's literally just features.
Features?
It's all features.
I didn't know that.
And it's really cool because you just see all these rappers that you wouldn't think
would work
together, but then you find out they're in just this big mixtape, and it's just features of just different rappers and it's just really interesting.
It's always something when like a new, like I mostly listen to bands, but when it's not bands, when it's just singers or artists that are rappers of some sort, when they come out with a new album, I'm always intrigued to see what features are included. It's like, who got to hop on the train with this one, If the album's hot, it only just makes it better for whoever is the collaboration. Yeah. So you think, collaboration, it's an important thing.
Yeah. Even if you bring a big name artist into your album, that definitely brings up sales, because someone will see that, hey, you collaborated with Drake.
Oh yeah,
might be worthy for me to listen to.
Of course, so, it only makes sense in the book for there.
Yeah,
cool. So let's talk about experience. You were saying earlier that you went into that club and you saw the vibe on that, and you were talking to the club manager and all that. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing you have some experience playing live?
Yeah, I've been performing 5 years. 5 years, yeah, 5 years.
How many shows do you think you've done?
Too many. My second show was in front of 4,000 people.
Oh, wow. Where was that at?
That was in Ohio. It was at a water resort.
Like a water park?
Yeah, it was at a water park.
Oh, cool.
And they had like an indoor club. It was really weird.
How'd you get that gig?
My youth pastor from our church, he was like, hey, you're DJing this Saturday. And he called me that Thursday. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm DJing. Yeah. And he's like, all right, come to Sandusky with us Saturday morning. We'll set you up. And I did my set there. And cool. It was really interesting.
What type of stuff did you play?
I played EDM, mainly progressive house. And I played a little bit of rap, just something to get people, different genres, different people.
Yeah, to appeal.
Yeah.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
I know a lot of artists out there that just want to stick to one thing or maybe their own thing, and they don't see the importance it is to appeal to the crowd, especially if you're playing live. If you want people to like you, play something that people can like.
Yeah.
It's just common sense.
Yeah.
I remember growing up in Alabama, and I wasn't really a big fan of country, especially today's country, if you can call it that. But we had to learn those songs if we were going to make the crowd get along with us and roll with us. When we throw an original in there, first play something that they like, something they can dance to, and then they give you a chance to hear what you can do.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely.
So you think that gig went well?
Oh, yeah, it went extremely well. It was definitely an eye-opener for me.
Were they feeling your vibe?
Oh, yeah. It was definitely cool. Because as a DJ, you're definitely supposed to read the crowd, see how they react. Mm-hmm. And the reaction was really cool.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Now, I see a lot of DJs where they interact with the crowd during shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Not as much as, getting off stage and shaking hands, but more of talking to them with the mic and, tell them to put their hands up, jump up and down, flip me off, stuff like that. Do you do similar things of interacting?
I do sometimes. I DJ multiple genres. Sometimes, I'm a resident DJ down here in Orlando.
Okay.
And I play at Peak Orlando. And we specify in tech house and techno.
Oh, okay.
And so with that genre, there's no talking. There's no talking at all. It's just straight music, straight through. Just people dancing, that's it. But when I performed in front of the 4,000 people, it's definitely hyped them up. Yeah. Bigger crowd, louder music. And so there's a time and place to do it. Mm-hmm. And you just got to know which one to do it. So
to be a good DJ, you got to pick those moments and know when is the good time to just crank it to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm performing at EDC, of course I'm going to yell at the crowd. But
Yeah.
if I'm going to be performing at an underground club with like 200 people, no.
You may not need as much interaction.
No, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Good eye on you for noticing stuff like that too.
And usually half the time people are on acid or something. So
Oh
they don't
yeah,
really
I
know.
forgot about that. Narcotics and everything.
Yeah.
Who knows? What was the next question I had for you? Oh yeah. For your experience, what is like what so far? I mean, I'm sure you have many more shows to go, of course. But do you usually get the gigs yourself, or do you have an agent that helps you out with that?
No, it's just, this might sound cheesy, but it's just connections, man. You just got to know people, honestly. I wouldn't have performed in front of 4,000 people if I hadn't known Seth, the guy who promoted me. So, and with that, more people hit me up with, events and performances. So
I like what they saw and they want more.
Yeah, definitely. And so that's kind of my main thing, where like people will see my talents. That's kind of how it should be, where you're supposed to show people who you really are, and if they're interested, let them come to you.
Yeah.
And so that's definitely an important thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you. Out of all the shows you've done, what do you think is the best show you've ever performed at?
The second one.
The second
4,000,
one?
yeah.
That was a good feeling?
Oh, dude, that was... Because I remember before I walked on stage, I drank 2 water bottles because I was really nervous.
Yeah.
But right when I got to the decks, I just felt so normal, I guess. Just because I've been doing it for so long. And it's just, I pressed the play button in, and then I just started mixing, and it just felt normal to me. And it's just exciting to see the crowd and their reaction, and it was just fun.
Especially getting a good reaction from the crowd, it goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Like just...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
When the crowd appreciates you, it's just going to make the artist even better. I mean, I've never seen that react in a bad way. Like, if you ever see one of those bad shows going on, it may be at a coffee shop or somewhere, but whoever the performer's playing, they don't really see the vibe, or they really don't feel what's going on. But if they get a couple claps, it's just enough. And I don't think it's what a lot of people understand. It's just, if you just show, even if you're there for your kids or whatever, and there's just some Jimmy Buffett knockoff singing right now, the smallest clap, I swear, goes a long way for these people.
Yeah.
From experience.
Definitely.
The worst gig I've ever done was somewhere in the cold in a parking lot for like a chili cook-off place. Yeah. It was terrible. All our fingers were crinking up. But we had a couple people that were there for us and for the chili, and it made it all worth it, just seeing people smile and clapping for us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Speaking of worst gigs, if you don't mind me asking, what is the worst show you've ever done?
I remember I was doing a birthday party, and there's only like 10 people there.
Oh.
And I'm just like, okay.
It's not really a whole lot to work with.
Yeah.
But an audience is an audience.
Yeah, an audience is an audience, right? They liked it, so it's fine. But it was just really, I don't know. I felt like I was wasting my time, but I wasn't.
Were they just staring at you?
They were just sitting. They were just sitting and talking.
Oh. Yeah. And were you playing techno and such?
No, I was just playing like the normal pop music and whatnot.
All right. Do you ever are you one of those dudes that looks more downward, or you look at the audience more?
There's like a line between that. So when I'm mixing, I'm definitely looking down and all that, but I'll definitely look up to read the crowd.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I definitely focus more on the music.
How was the reading with this 10 member crowd?
It was pretty dry, man. It was pretty dry.
Oh man. I think we probably had 30 people at the show I was talking about.
Yeah.
And probably 29 of them were probably eating chili and talking instead of paying attention.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to pick up on stuff like that. All right, well, moving on. Being an artist, it takes a lot out of you, and it's not easy. If you want to be good, at least it's totally not easy. What are some challenges for you that you face as an artist?
My most recent challenge was a few months ago, and I remember just looking at my page, and I don't know, I was just very discouraged because I knew I had the fans, but I wasn't getting the plays, honestly.
Mm.
And I was just very discouraged because I'll put out a really good track that I really liked, but I only get like 30 plays in 2 months.
Ooh.
And it was just really annoying because I was like, I have 700 followers. This isn't really, you know, I don't get those numbers. And then I realized I was just like, the numbers don't really mean anything. As long as like 2 people are listening to it,
That's all
that matters. And, you know,
it's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, no, I don't look at the numbers anymore just because, you know, you can look at someone's Facebook page and it says they have 1 million followers, but how many people actually really like them?
True.
Like, I mean, you can follow someone, right? You can follow your favorite YouTuber, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's you personally. You know, think of how many people actually don't really care about him, but only follow him just because, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I have 680 followers on SoundCloud, right?
Right.
But I know for a fact that most of them, 80% of them, don't listen to my music. I just know that for a fact, and it's interesting how, you know, you'll follow someone by their name, but not really their, you know, numbers or their music.
What is the challenge that you see in that?
It's hard for a musician because, well, first of all, when you look at a pop artist, it's very forceful in what they do.
Forceful.
You'll look at people like Kesha and Rihanna and, you know, just artists like them where they do it more for the business than the actual music. You can hear it too.
Yeah.
You can hear it, like the sound quality. You can just tell that they're not caring at all.
It's more for the money.
Yeah, it's more for the money and the numbers. So, and when you listen, that's why I hate pop music nowadays, just because there's no substance in it, dude. There's nothing, you know.
I interviewed a girl about 2 weeks ago on the show, Yana G, and we were talking about the similar thing that just, you know, there's no passion, man.
No.
Like, people are just not really in it for the music as much more. It's just, I'm just going to make a nasty living off of this now. Yeah. I know people like me out there, so I don't have to try as hard.
Yeah, honestly. And that's especially with, like, people like, just like the people like Katy Perry and, you know, they
got 1 million fans.
I know, yeah.
Dude.
I know they, like, at one time they did try. One time they were really, you know, struggling and all that. But what they lose is they lose the passion. You know,
they get too comfortable.
Yeah, unlike Deadmau5, who honestly he is very passionate about what he does.
Is he?
Yeah, and he keeps his repertoire, you know, in check. He keeps his, you know, emotions in check, even though he'll rant and stuff. But that's just him.
Okay.
But he knows how to interact with his fans.
He's good at showing his passion.
Yeah, he knows what they like, and I remember just listening to interviews with him, and just how he just sounds too when he talks. He's very genuine.
Well, good.
And I don't know, and you just hear, and like some artists on like the Breakfast Club and all that, you know, when they be talking about their music and, you know, their lifestyle, it's very transparent and it's very cool.
Right.
But when you start hearing, you know, people like Pitbull or, you know, just them talking about their music, it's just.
So yeah, man, I like what came out. You know, I think the fans do too. It's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah,
you could just see the fakeness coming out of them.
Yeah, and you can hear it in the music itself. Honestly,
before you know it, you just get stale and boring.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with you on that. The passion mainly. It's just, I'm not saying everybody's getting lazy when they get so comfortable when they get to like a certain point in their career, but you're right. It's definitely going down. And the way I see it, if this keeps up, they're just going to get sampled by the next generation. I mean, maybe that's where music's headed, you know? Just like it's going to change ultimately because of like where like no one really cares anymore.
Yeah. I know there's definitely a new phase of music coming really soon.
You think so?
Definitely. The pop is gone. Pop music is gone. It's dead.
Can you see in the future for us? You think you know what's coming?
I definitely can see that the EDM is moving at a rapid pace.
Agreed. That's where the money is right now.
Rock, not so much. I mean, how many really good rock bands do you hear nowadays in the top 10 Billboard?
Right. That's nothing like.
And if they are considered rock, they're more electronic pop. So you get people like
It's too true.
Coldplay.
Yeah. Right.
No, their main genre is rock, but their subgenre is electro pop, or
And not to mention
something
they
like that.
changed too.
Yeah, they do. They have changed. Even U2. When U2 first came out, they were very progressive. They were very classic.
I think
And
YouTube's
they-
okay.
Yeah, and then they just started bringing in a lot of the more the mainstream synth sounds and
See, my opinion on
upbeatness.
YouTube, I think that like I don't have any space to talk to
Mhm.
tell a band like U2 to stop making music, but I think that's what they should have done.
yeah.
They came out in the same era as like AC/DC and
Oh, yeah.
Cinderella, like big bands, big titles like that, same
Yeah.
era and stuff. And they just wanted to stay relevant. They just wanted to stay hip.
Oh, yeah.
And it's totally understandable to do that.
And you could see how hard they tried to.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like shoving their album on everyone's iPhone, like
Yeah.
for free, like no one
Yeah,
asked for
you
that.
know, you know when the line is, and
Right, you know
it's-
you're getting desperate and
it's
stuff
funny-
like this happens.
It's funny because you know that they know that too.
Yeah, right.
They know that not many people are listening to them anymore, but they're rich and they're bored, so they can do whatever they want.
Exactly.
And
You know Van
that's what they
Halen?
did. Yeah,
Love Van Halen.
yeah,
I remember when they were touring, and I don't know the name of the album, but the like I think it was the last album too. It has like a train on the cover of it. I think it's
Yeah.
called Tattoo or something
Yeah.
like that. I remember watching an interview and doing research about it, and it's kind of like what you two in a certain way. They wanted to stay relevant, and they wanted to keep the Van Halen, no pun intended, but the train alive. They wanted
Yeah.
to do it, and when they saw just the feedback of the album, they kept making music like as the same as the other albums.
Yeah.
In theory, that makes sense, but times are changing,
oh yeah,
and they just have either not enough loyal fans, or it's just no one's feeling that music anymore.
Mhm.
I'm currently an old-fashioned guy, and it's hard for me to find the rock bands.
Mhm.
Just like you were saying about rock in the top 10, it makes a lot of sense. When somebody, when they recommend a rock band to me, and it's like, they make music today, like they're a modern rock band,
Mhm.
I gotta be honest, they all sound the same. Like, they're just using the same type of, sound for the guitars, and the drummer, it says rock on it. If anything, it's more hard rock, and when it gets to the bridge, it just turns metal. It's just
Yeah.
too many kicks, and then I don't know, just not enough screaming solos. Just more of let's just sound hard.
Yeah, I really liked the age between the 50s and the 80s,
Oh yeah,
where the progressive era, where it's you start off with the Beatles, but you end up with disco. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Where it's very, all these genres are morphing into different subgenres and different, takes on it. And it's just interesting how, the Beatles started off as a very contemporary band. They were very,
They hopped on the rock scene.
they were young, and then they were kind of trying to find themselves, right?
course.
And they found their rock scene. Then after they took their break, the year later after they took their break, it was different. And
Started
you
getting
definitely, you definitely knew what they were doing on their break, right?
Oh, of course.
And so, but
Of course.
that's what's awesome about music, is because they literally changed their whole sound, but people still stuck with them. And that's what really gets me, is none of these artists are doing that. It's all the same house type music and whatever.
It's not about taking chances anymore. It's just
yeah.
how long can I how long before I become irrelevant?
Yeah.
Before I get boring.
Yeah,
I got to make money. I got to do it
it's
fast.
like a race. See who can last longest.
And it's sad, man. It's just
It
sad.
is.
Well, hopefully, Paul, that you can, hopefully you can break a new, fresher breath air coming to you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying, but I mean, I'm still young. I'm still figuring things out. But I think is
time. You got plenty of time, dude.
yeah.
So, I had a source tell me about a little bit of your career itself, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Is it true that you have a couple of Grammys under your belt?
Emmys.
Emmys.
Yeah.
That's it. Not Grammys.
So I worked at an Emmy-nominated studio back in Ohio, Production Partners Media.
Cool.
And it was a post-production house in Columbus. And what I did was I worked as the sound effects and music for the different commercials and films that we did.
Cool.
And so that's what I was doing. And I worked on a few commercials for MTV. We did the Suzuki commercials.
Neato.
We did, like I said, Pearson textbooks. Then we did some environmental plant. It's really weird. It's interesting.
That's
pretty cool.
A lot of projects, obviously.
Oh yeah. I submitted some of my stuff for MTV and PBS. Some little sound bites and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I still have the tapes for those. But yeah, if you wanna look at some of my work, it's on my IMDb. Just look at my name, and there's links on there. And you can see all the clients I worked with too. So
cool. So it was the stuff that you guys sent out, from the studio.
Yeah, because we were in an independent studio.
All right.
And so we would always work on side projects and all that. And it was just cool just meeting all these people that you would never imagine to meet. Like all these newscasters, and, it's just interesting. I know, because the Arnold Classic is in Columbus, in Ohio. And so we got to meet Arnold. We got to work with him.
Wow.
And that was just really cool. So
I bet, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other big people that you've met you want to share?
I mean, there's a list. It's all on my IMDb, but I feel like Arnold's definitely one of the biggest.
I bet, yeah, obviously.
And I know a lot of the Sony executives came in, and we would work with them.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool.
Nice resume, bro. I think the biggest famous person I've ever met, I think it was Harrison Ford.
Really?
I got to meet Harrison. My grandmother, she retires on Catalina Avalon Island, which is off the coast of California.
Yeah.
It's about an hour off of it. And she just hangs out with him at like some coffee shop every now and then.
That is so cool.
And I got to meet him and shake his hand. He was a nice guy. It was before Star Wars was like getting the reboot, basically. So
yeah, that's cool.
I don't think he was as sour as he is now.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the dude hates Star Wars so much.
I mean, he has been working on it for the past how many years?
Probably like 20 or something like that.
Since 77?
But dude, he's like an icon, and I mean, the money doesn't need to be said, but obviously he's made wealth for himself from it.
Oh yeah.
But dude, if I was Han Solo, I don't know. I don't know if I'd hate it. I don't know if I love it. I wouldn't know. He's the one that just did it all his life.
Yeah. I feel like he just did it because he could. He didn't really love it, but he didn't really hate it. And he thought, it'd be fun just to do it a little bit more. So
I guess, because he looks like he's being forced to, or was forced to do it. All the interviews I saw of him, he just looked grouchy and just looked like he hated Star Wars.
Yeah. I could see why he got tired of it, though.
You heard about the new Blade Runner?
Yeah.
And I heard he's going to be in it, too.
Really?
You think they're just going to pull all his remakes out?
I think so, because I heard about the new Indiana Jones.
Like another one.
Yeah.
Dude's like,
he's ancient.
70 or something like that?
He's ancient.
Movies are movies. All right, so for what time we have left, if you want to go ahead and share about your social medias, your stuff you have out there, other than like your IMBD and all that, what else do you have?
I do have SoundCloud. I do have Facebook and Twitter. Those are the main ones I use.
I got you. Which I'll be sure to share them in the description as well.
Thank you. Yeah. YouTube, I'm getting into YouTube. I'm getting back into YouTube. I released a track on YouTube, making my own little visuals and whatnot.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm just getting back into the YouTube thing.
I got you. But everything else you're still scoring pretty well with.
Yeah. I actually have a demo I did of the Lord of the Rings soundtrack on YouTube, which you can check out if you want.
Okay, cool.
It's on my page. Everything on my social media, by the way, is Paul Sombric, so it'd be pretty easy to find.
Cool. Paul Sombric.
But yeah. I'm definitely trying to push out more of my sound effects projects on YouTube, though.
All right.
So right now, I'm currently working on the Born Supremacy
Ooh,
wiping out the soundtrack and reworking it. So
neat.
yeah.
All right, cool. Well, you guys be sure to look forward for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just got one more question for you before we sign off here. Is that a lot of the people that listen to the show are producers, musicians, artists, you name it. And the thing that I think a lot of people look forward to when I ask, as well as me, is the advice that you can give to the listeners. What is something that you could just give them something to end off with?
This will sound really cheesy and mainstream and whatnot, but I think it's definitely very important, and I feel like a lot of people still take it for granted.
Which
is to never really give up, honestly.
Never give
because
up.
I know I've had times where I really wanted to delete my music and all that, just because of the frustration of no plays, no here, no nothing. But I mean, sticking with your passion too, honestly, because I've been working with this for 7 years, and it gets boring sometimes. It really does.
Course, yeah.
And you lose interest, and you want to do something else.
You run into a wall every now and then.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely something that you just need to keep working at. I've noticed too, especially at Full Sail, is what Full Sail will try to do is they'll try to rat out a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so I know, because you remember when we first started, we had about 96 kids, 100 people in one classroom.
Oh yeah, pretty huge.
And then it usually just kids will drop out, because what they'll do is they'll go to school thinking that, yay, I'll learn how to make dubstep and I'll be great.
And I'm going to get signed.
But that really isn't the case, because you got to learn everything in the background first before you got to know the whole subject.
Bingo.
And so the other thing too is, I guess another big thing for me to say is you got to be 100% into it.
Yeah, of course.
It's something that you don't want to
half-ass.
Yeah, you don't want to go into it not really sure about it. So you can say you can like music. I like listening to music, but if I'm
every human being.
Yeah, if I'm like the person who says, yeah, I love music, but would never want to make it. There are kids like that at school who are still going to Full Sail, and you just gotta think before you do it, because if you do it,
especially if you go somewhere like Full Sail,
yeah,
you better be all in.
If you're dropping 73 bands on a school, you got to be 100% into it.
Yeah,
and because you're working in $10 million studios, these are guys who are professionals too, and
the experience that they've had, who they've worked with.
In my class last month, I read something interesting. The teacher said that the teacher and all the instructors combined, with only professional experience, they've had about 100 years worth of like solid work. And we've had like 10 instructors and a teacher and all that. And it's these guys know what they're doing, and they
gotta learn how to pick up from them.
Yeah, they're into it as much as you are into it. And if you're not into it as much, they aren't going to waste their time.
Bingo.
And and plus another thing too is you're spending how much money a month for these classes.
Full Sail is not cheap.
Yeah, and so think about it in perspective. If you're paying $500 for a course, which I'm sure it's more,
right?
If you're paying $500 for a course or more,
and you're not even feeling it,
and you're not feeling it, I mean, save your money and get out.
Go get the business degree. Do something else, man.
Honestly, music is definitely not for you if you don't feel it. If you're not excited each day you go to class, or if you're not excited when you crack open your computer and you start working on your work.
And not to mention how long you go to Full Sail too.
Yeah.
It's not even like a 4-year university.
No, it's not bad. I mean, honestly, I know it's every month and the breaks aren't 3 months, but really it's
they squeeze about 4 years of knowledge and education in like under 2 like a little under 2 years.
Yeah.
Like if the orientation didn't say it, you're supposed to come and be ready to learn, man. This is your passion.
Yeah.
I think their slogan is literally, we take your destiny or I think we take your passion seriously.
Yeah.
Something like that. And that it is true.
Yeah, I mean, it is a good school, and I've had a lot of doubts about it, but I know that nothing's perfect. And there's definitely a lot of things that it needs to be worked on, but I know that with my passion and my skills and my like me wanting to do this, it's definitely set my boundaries. So yeah, basically the big thing is you just got to know, you got to be 100% into it. And when you're in 100% into it, you just got to keep working at it and you don't burn out.
Be confirmed of knowing what you want to do and go in head first.
Yeah.
That's all it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give up, guys. Don't give up. And if you're interested in going to Full Sail, be sure that's what you want to do, man, because they work us hard on there, but I promise you come out with something.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that was KirbKast. Thank you guys for joining with us. Paul, thank you for coming to the studio, pal.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And I hope you go far, pal. Hopefully we get you in the future and see how you're doing, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, pal. Of course. All right. Well, this is KirbKast. I'm Kirby Farrell, and I'm signing off. Bye-bye.